That's weird. Hello, folks. Welcome to Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on Wabash Catch TV. I am Bruce Dickey. Thank you so much for joining today. Look who it is. It is Bill Poss. Bill Passalacqua is here. Came down from Effingham, the Poss Music Works up in Effingham, and I'm so happy that he's able to join us. We're going to talk about a wide variety of stuff today. Probably talk a little John Prine.
Yeah, sure.
Probably talk a little bit about the festival that you're not going to have this fall, this spring, but maybe the one in the fall.
Yeah.
We're still hopeful. We're hopeful. And we're going to talk about a ton of different things. You're watching Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on Wabash Catch TV. As you recall, or as you know, I'm filming this on the day before. You'll see it on television. Shooting this on the 12th. You'll see it tomorrow on Wednesday, May 13th. Well, you'll see it on Wednesday, May 13th. But I tell you this, to tell you this, do stay paying attention to your local health departments and your local folks to tell you how to go about your current shelter-in-place rules. Stay safe out there. He's got a wife in health service. You need to make sure that all the folks from the health service and everybody, it's very important, isn't it?
I agree, yeah.
Tremendously important. What's going on in the neighborhood today? Actually, I looked and looked and looked and looked. See, now it's on that one. I looked and looked and looked. There's nothing going on today here this Wednesday, May 13th. However, I was able to find the national holidays. Actually, there is something I'll talk about a little bit later going on here in Florida tonight. This is a National Frog Jumping Day. National Frog Jumping Day, observed each year on May 13th. National Frog Jumping Day is a favorite of young and old alike. Of course, it's from the 1865 Jim Smiley and his Jumping Frog, which later became changed the name and published as the Celebrated Jumping Frog of Calaveras County. The same story also had a third title, The Notorious Jumping Frog of Calaveras County. Of course, Mark Twain. They do still have a competition in Calaveras County every year, and usually try to do it in the fall, but they celebrate this date for some other reason. But they do typically have a competition each and every year. What do you think the record leap of the current record leap of the frog jumping champion from Calaveras County is?
I have zero idea.
Well, you've seen frogs. You have a little creek behind your house somewhere.
Well, yeah. I mean, say 21 feet.
Oh my heavens! You are very good. 21 feet 5 3/4 inches.
Really?
Yeah. I can't believe you got that right. That's very impressive. Yeah. The frog that did it was Rosie the Ribbiter. There you go. And I've got another picture of somebody here trying to, look at that gal. She's getting airborne trying to get that frog to go. I thought that was a pretty good picture. So, yeah, there you go. Yeah, this is National Frog Jumping Day. I hope you all are able to get out and enjoy that for National Frog Jumping Day. This is also National Fruit Cocktail Day. National Fruit Cocktail Day. If you've been celebrating the food holidays routinely, National Fruit Cocktail Day may be the way to improve your calorie count. Folks have childhood memories of a dish of fruit cocktail regularly served with your meal. Fruit cocktail consists, of course, of various kinds of fruit served in liquid or its own juices or syrup. And while folks purchase it in cans and individual serving cups, you can also make it fresh with berries and other fruits. Cafeterias serve fruit cocktails, a healthy fruit option in school. The William Veer Crewis of the University of California, Berkeley, and also Herbert Gray of the Baron Gray Packing Company, both credited with the invention of fruit cocktails. So now you know more about fruit cocktail than you probably thought you ever would.
What's the difference between fruit cocktail and fruit salad?
I think fruit cocktail comes in a little, I guess with a bowl, maybe different syrup or something in it. I mean, have you ever, what would be the difference?
I don't know. I'm just curious. Maybe fruit salad has like nuts and stuff in it or something.
Yeah, that might be. Fruit salad might have nuts or maybe on lettuce or heck, I don't know. Don't ask the tough questions, Bill.
That's what I'm here for.
That's exactly. Hey, don't make the host look bad. That's all right. I don't need the help. This is actually more popular to me. National Apple Pie Day. While the apple pie existed well before the Pilgrims landed on the eastern shores of what is now the U.S., Americans wax poetic about how American apple pie is. The phrase "as American as apple pie" has been around for more than 100 years. Soldiers during World War II often quoted as saying they were fighting for mom and apple pie. The first, now this is a tricky one, actually not that tricky, the first apple pie recipe. I'm going to give you another one. If you get this one right, I'm just going to just go like this, man. It's just, if you get this one right. The first apple pie recipe was printed in England. The list of ingredients included good apples, good spices, figs, raisins, pears, saffron, and coffin, which is a type of pastry crust. In what, I'll make it easy. In what century?
Oh, maybe the 17th century.
No, this is even pre-Gutenberg. This is 1381. So you'd be talking about the 14th century.
Wow.
Yeah, there you go. So that's I love a good apple pie. We got another picture. That one's a dandy. That one's at least got the ice cream along with it, and then I
can see a lot of cinnamon in that one.
Yeah, they sprinkled a lot of cinnamon on top of that. I'm okay with that. I've got no real problem with apple pie with cinnamon. What else is going on today, folks? Let me tell you what's going on. We've got this on television tonight. Of course, last night, on Monday night, you saw the Dylan Wolf and Ben Nation were on the big. It's the big Corona Countdown series taking place at Venue 720 on Tuesday night. As we're taping the show, James Carruthers and Jerry Lee Combs. And on Wednesday night tonight, it's TJ Hernandez. Tell me you know most of those people. I'm guessing you know Mudbone anyway.
I don't know. I know Eldon Huff. I know Ben Nation just from his talking to him on email and stuff.
Yeah, from being around. I had him on the show yesterday.
I know. I've seen all the names.
Yeah, so it ought to be a lot of fun. Again, that show is tonight. Just check it out all week long. Tonight here on this same station. They're playing down the Venue 720, playing for charity as well as to fill their own Venmos. And it's a nice way to keep. We probably should have gotten you involved somehow on this. Sorry about that.
I would be happy to help.
Well, yeah, I know you would. I know you would. But again, that's tonight at 8 p.m., and that'll be going on here on this same channel, Channel 100. Ladies and gentlemen, right over there, that is Bill Poss. You see, he's got the guitar, not the garage. He's got the guitar on. We're going to talk about all kinds of stuff. He's going to play tunes. He's written a new song or two for the pandemic. What's the name of the song, by the way?
Forever Train.
And we're going to hear that a little bit later on, but we're going to have a good time today, and we're going to be right back after this word. You are watching Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Back after this. Stick around.
In 1949, Morton Buildings constructed our first machine storage building to establish our bond with the farming community. Since then, our relationship has grown, and so have our product offerings. From the smallest specialized operation to the largest agricultural enterprise, we understand the needs of your business and continue to evolve to meet industry demands. Plus, when you build a Morton building, you're backed by the strongest warranty in the business. To learn more about the Morton Advantage, visit mortonbuildings.com.
At Wabash Communications, our goal is simple: to keep people connected. And today we are doing just that, better than ever, by delivering the latest technology and personal service only a local provider can offer. We offer services anywhere from fast, reliable internet, TV services, and home monitoring solutions to crystal clear local and long-distance phone service. Wabash continues the commitment we started back in 1952, delivering a great connection to the most important people we know, our customers. So choose Wabash, the local service from people you can trust.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Le Mans always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at lemansonline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
Hi, my name is Bruce Dickey of Wabash Catch TV's Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Watch us each weekday right here on your local cable station. We're on at 9 a.m. with a repeat at 9 p.m. It's your local TV talk show with plenty of information, fun, and frivolity to get your day started right or maybe even ended right. Please contact me at 665-9970 or at bruced@wabash.net if you are a member of your organization would like to be a guest on the show. That's 665-9970. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Hey, thanks for watching.
Get what you want and nothing else when you order a la carte internet from Wabash Communications. Wabash Communications is now able to offer a la carte internet called broadband only with fast download and upload speeds, reliable service, and unlimited data usage. No phone service is required for our broadband only plans. Our broadband only menu includes packages up to 1 gig download. Call us at 665-3311 now to order. Service availability and internet speed will depend on location. Contact us for details.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My voice just really rose there. I think I just hit puberty. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on Wabash Catch TV. Bill Passalacqua is here joining me today. Bill Pass Music, or Pass Music Works. And over the last several years, they have been bringing musicians to Southern Illinois, all over Southern Illinois, haven't you, Bill?
Yeah, we've been having festivals and shows, primarily in Effingham, but also in Flora,
Olney, Flora,
a lot in Olney,
Yeah.
And then we've been down in Carbondale and McCanda, Benton.
How was the lineup? Since you have been involved in putting together all these lineups, you probably had a pretty good one going here for 2020, didn't you?
We had a wonderful lineup. Yeah, we had our headliners this year were supposed to be Bruce Robinson and Kelly Willis.
Now that's at the Moccasin Creek, yeah.
And this has been canceled, by the way. Just made the call last week to cancel it. So it'll happen roughly the same weekend next year. It'll be June 17th through the 20th of 2021. And so far, all the people have agreed to come back next year. But
I got to ask a little bit. We'll get to the more fun stuff here in a second. But I want to ask about the decision process.
Yeah.
Whenever this all started hitting back in, at what point did you begin thinking, like mid February, mid March, early March, late April, when you were going to have to pull the plug?
I made the decision. The first decision I made was that we're not going to postpone it until later in the year.
Yeah.
That was the first decision, and that informed the rest of the decisions. So
yeah, it really did.
Because I figured if we're not rescheduling, we can wait until the last minute.
Yeah.
Until the last possible moment for us, which was last week. And I set a date of March 15th, but really, May 15th. But really,
practically, that wasn't going to work, was it?
Well, I mean, we have to apply for a liquor license.
Yeah.
All these bands have to be informed, and vendors, and there's all kinds of merchandise. You can't just get merchandise printed in a week. You got to have some time for that. So it was looking grim, and I was telling the board, the Pass Music Works board, privately that there was maybe a 25% chance it could still happen. But if it could happen, would be in a great position because everything else is canceled.
Yeah.
So finally, it just got to the point where I realized I was reading a report that a guy showed all the different countries and how they were impacted by their different measures that they took. So that, like, social distancing, barely a blip.
Yeah.
Which was,
stay at home.
That's what. Then the next one was school closures, a little bigger of a blip, and then canceling of all public events. It was just a cliff.
Yeah. And
that was what really made the difference for them. And I thought, that's going to be the last thing that gets reopened is public events, Cardinal baseball games, concerts,
Illinois football games.
Yeah, that's the last thing that's going to reopen because that's the most dangerous thing to do. Even if you're outside, outside's better than inside, obviously.
Yeah.
But we just, The other thing is we didn't want to be part of the problem, and so
whenever I talk to folks who have events that they've had to cancel, like school people. They've canceled all the graduations and stuff. And,
Sure.
And now, granted, they're all the ISBE, the school boards were all they were forced to, but they were going to anyway because, I mean, these are public servants. They want the public health to be healthy too, right?
Absolutely, and their students are probably the most important.
Yeah,
thing
certainly
to them. I would think. And then the other thing is, if you're bringing all the students and all the parents together, I mean, you're basically got the whole entire community coming into one place and then going back out,
right?
And that's just like a bomb going on.
Yeah,
if there happens to be something in the air there,
when you look at one of those coronavirus cluster type of things, you get it's the crowds that make them go. How have the artists been to work with?
They all saw it coming. I mean, they've already. We were the last ones to cancel, pretty much. So they're.
Oh, were you really?
Well, I mean, nobody else. There's a Missouri festival that's happening a couple weeks after us, and they haven't canceled yet, and they might still have their festival. I don't know, but with a few exceptions, we were one of the last to cancel.
You know, that's one of the intriguing things as you talk about how Missouri is doing things a little bit differently from Illinois. They still have baseball tournaments going on in Missouri right now, and they are. Like, for instance, they're putting the umpire. The umpire's not behind the catcher. The umpire's going behind the pitcher's mound to call balls and strikes.
Interesting.
Yeah, so I mean, they're just making changes. But for you at the festival, I mean, you've got a good crowd together, so you really can't do that.
Well, and the other thing is too, you had to think about the fact, and this is what we talked about with the board, was that even if we're not having a big problem in Effingham, people come in from Chicago and from. Chicago's a hot spot.
Memphis, all over the place.
People from all over the country and Canada and stuff. So the other consideration, and this is not one that people really think about very much, is Bruce Robinson and Kelly Willis. They're our headliners. Mm-hmm. All their other gigs around this gig are canceled. Yeah. So the tour is canceled, except that for our gig. Now, are they really going to drive up here for one gig? That's 1,000 miles.
It's not cost effective.
It's 1,000 miles, and it's a 7-piece band.
Oh, wow.
So no, they're not. The answer is no. I might have gotten them to come, just the two of them, but even then, they don't want to put.
When did you get them locked in? Because I didn't realize that they were coming until recently.
I think I booked them in January.
The reason I asked that is because I thought the Bottle Rockets were the headliner for longer and longer and longer.
Well, they were one of the headliners. We never really had a singular headliner.
You've got 3 different nights of headliners.
We have the Bottle Rockets were on Friday night. Chicago Farmer's actually the biggest draw we have on Friday night. Yeah. He's getting big. Is he really? He's got his whole band with him too. So.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Well, he would have been.
And we had Chain Station, and they're a big draw for us also.
I must ask one thing then, and I feel terrible asking this, but this is usually a celebration of the summer solstice.
Yeah.
Are we going to go out to the lake anyway and dance around and do
I am.
See, now you're celebrating the anniversary then too.
Yeah, that's my anniversary.
Yeah, there you go. That makes a ton of sense. I got Bill Passalacqua here. We're talking about a wide variety of stuff today. Do stick around. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey back after this.
At Wabash Communications, our goal is simple: to keep people connected. And today we are doing just that, better than ever, by delivering the latest technology and personal service only a local provider can offer. We offer services anywhere from fast, reliable internet, TV services, and home monitoring solutions to crystal clear local and long-distance phone service. Wabash continues the commitment we started back in 1952, delivering a great connection to the most important people we know, our customers. So choose Wabash, the local service from people you can trust.
Looking to build a new hobby building, horse barn, or farm shop? Let Morton Buildings help you design and construct a building that perfectly suits your needs. We'll be there for you every step of the way, even post-construction, with the strongest non-prorated warranty in the industry. Plus, Morton's exclusive Energy Performer insulation system provides the ultimate in comfort and efficiency. To see our latest projects and learn more, please visit mortonbuildings.com.
Get what you want and nothing else when you order a la carte internet from Wabash Communications. Wabash Communications is now able to offer a la carte internet called broadband only with fast download and upload speeds, reliable service, and unlimited data usage. No phone service is required for our broadband only plans. Our broadband only menu includes packages up to 1 gig download. Call us at 665-3311 now to order. Service availability and internet speed will depend on location. Contact us for details.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LeMansOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
Hi, my name is Bruce Dickey of Wabash Catch TV's Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Watch us each weekday right here on your local cable station. We're on at 9 a.m. with a repeat at 9 p.m. It's your local TV talk show with plenty of information, fun, and frivolity to get your day started right or maybe even ended right. Please contact me at 665-9970 or at bruced@wabash.net if you are a member of your organization would like to be a guest on the show. That's 665-9970. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Hey, thanks for watching. Morning, folks. Welcome back. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on Wabash Catch TV. It is Bill Passalacqua over there from Pass Music Works, and I probably ought to put the email and stuff or YouTube or whatever, or not YouTube, but we'll talk about his where you can find him online, because to stay busy here during this shelter at home and quarantine and all that kind of stuff, you have started a new venture yourself, haven't you?
Yeah, it's just, I know a lot of people in the business, a lot of performers, a lot of songwriters, and some of whom are quite a bit more famous than me, which isn't hard. but I thought I could probably get these guys to come and talk to me. So every weekday at 3:00, I have an interview. 3 o'clock Central Time, where we are here, and I've been having this for the fourth week, I think. But I've had Mary Gaucher, Robbie Folks, Will Kimbrough.
Oh, really?
Steve Poltz. I've had some of the great Americana performer, songwriter folks, and I've had a lot of people that you wouldn't ever have heard of, but they're also, I picked them because they're interesting.
Are you getting a lot of views? Are you getting
it varies.
Actually, the thing is, and I take this from personal experience, because some of these shows I don't get any views on other than on television. We're pretty solid,
right?
But the YouTube, it just kind of varies on. To me, the interestingness of the show is what matters. Making certain the show is a good one. Whether half a dozen people watch it, you'd like half a dozen, hundreds to watch it, but right. I mean, if you're only getting 50 or 60 or something, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I think our biggest viewership comes when we have someone who's kind of famous, like Mary Gaucher or Chicago Farmer. We had over 100 watching.
Did you?
For that? Now it's hard for me to know because I don't get all the stats because I broadcast across platforms. So you can see me on Facebook, you can see me YouTube. On my Facebook, on Moccasin Creek Festival Facebook, on Wonder Down Music Festival Facebook, on Summer Sundown Music Festival Facebook, and on my YouTube channel. So 5 platforms. You are all over the place. Yeah, you think I have hundreds of followers. But it's a nice, intimate audience, and they ask questions and they tell where they're from.
Yeah, that was going to be my question. You get do you have folks tweeting questions at you?
They make requests to big artists. They ask questions, but mostly it's people chiming in and just saying, "Hey, we're listening from Vancouver, British Columbia, or England, or whatever." So it's usually about 30 of the same people, and then any number of 30 or 60 more
of whatever. Somebody who's a big fan of that particular artist. Who is the Who is the biggest get? Who do you want? I mean, Mick Jagger or something. Who would be the?
Well, he just died.
Oh well, yeah. You had a better chance of getting him.
John Prine would have been my biggest get. But I'm not going to get those guys. I don't pay anything, and there's not enough viewership. But today's artist, by the time you're seeing this, it'll be yesterday's artist.
Yeah.
Bruce Robison is one of the greats, and I think we'll have a lot of people watching for that.
Well, that's the thing, folks. You can check out the YouTube his YouTube channel, Bill Passalacqua, right? Or is it?
Yeah, just look up Bill Passalacqua.
Bill Passalacqua. There's how it's spelled, but look at Bill Passalacqua on YouTube, and you'll either see. Actually, this show might pop up too, for that matter. Whenever you hit Bill Passalacqua,
it will after you send me the link. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. And so you can do that. But the Bruce Robison show. Bruce Robison's talent. He's got talent.
Oh man, yeah. I mean, I think everybody that I've had has talent, but Bruce has a singular talent for writing songs that other people sing. I mean, he's a great singer and a great performer. But he wrote some big hits. I mean, he wrote the song that was the #1 hit on the country charts when the Dixie Chicks were kicked off radio.
Oh, really?
Their hit at that time was called "Traveling Soldier."
Yeah.
And it went from #1 off the charts in 1 week. But he wrote that song.
So he's the one who. Oh, that I got to tell you, that is pretty cool.
Well, it's a distinction.
I mean, it is. It's a unique. I mean, how often has that happened that a song went from #1 to just gone?
Yeah.
Because it was getting played everywhere, and then it was getting played nowhere.
Right.
Back in 2003 or whatever.
He also wrote the great Tim McGraw song, "Angry All the Time."
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Now that's great that you're having a. Are you having a?
#1 hit.
Yeah.
And George Strait's "Wrapped Around My Pretty Little Finger."
Oh,
wrapped around your pretty little finger.
So does he? Well, I guess. What do you ask these guys? How do they go about coming up with songs? Because you're a songwriter yourself. That's probably the #1 question that somebody asks you, isn't it?
Bruce, I'll ask him where he buys his pants. Bruce is
He's a big man.
He's about 6'7", 6'6" or 6'7",
yeah,
and a full-bodied individual.
Probably same place I do.
He's not, but no, I'm kidding. I will not ask him. But no, I mean, I will discuss the songwriting process a little bit. I'll talk about inspiration, questions about like how do you find your subject matter. Where does it come from? Do you seek it out, or does it find you? Those are the kind of things that I want to know from songwriters like him or Mary Gauthier. Gauthier is also a famous songwriter.
And that's one of the things. One of the cool things about songwriters is that as opposed to and the artists typically are this way as well, but they can get a little bit past. But songwriters love to share. I mean, whenever I get an opportunity to meet a songwriter such as yourself or others, they just love to talk about their craft and whether and correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's such a gift to be able to do it. It's not like somebody's going to be able to steal the gift because you've got a song, you figure it out on your own. If they steal it, they're stealing the song, and there's other ways to fix that.
Right. Yeah, it's been done.
Yeah, it's been done a few times. Oh, that's cool. All right, you brought him up. I tell you what, the John Prine story is just it's depressing, isn't it? I mean, is that to me? That's what kicked this whole crisis into front view. That, oh my heavens, this is going to be really bad. Was when John Prine's wife announced that she had the virus, and I thought,
yeah,
oh, if John's,
I remember that moment.
If his wife has it, this is going to be bad for John because he'd had issues. Was that the same kind of time frame that this kicked into you, or was it when your wife came home and said, "Hey, look, I'm furloughed"?
I was a little ahead of the curve in terms of realizing what was happening.
Yeah.
Because, frankly, I listened to scientists and people who were talking, in the Bush administration and in the Obama administration, and they talked about pandemic as a real.
This isn't new, is it?
No. The people were seriously worried about this, and I remember when. I mean, I'm not trying to be political. But I remember when the pandemic response team was disbanded.
Yeah.
I remember thinking, oh, I wonder if there's a reason, like if they're just not as worried about it because it's less of a concern for some real legitimate reason, or I don't know.
Maybe our medicines have advanced farther than they had previously. Yeah,
but it turns out that's not the case, and I think that was. I mean, I think it was a mistake. It's obvious it was a mistake. Yeah. But anyway, I'm not going to. Again, I'm not here. So I'm just saying I've been paying attention to pandemic, and Bill Gates was talking about this 10 years ago.
They had a TED Talk on the thing like 5 or 6 years ago. The reason I mentioned that is because I was in Indianapolis on that Thursday, that weekend when the world shut down, and the world shut down in Indianapolis too because we were all there for a big basketball tournament, which did not happen, and.
Right.
And so fans didn't come in other than me. I was already there.
Was that the Big Ten tournament?
Big Ten tournament.
Okay.
Was supposed to be there. And,
remember when that was?
March 14th. Sunday the 14th was March 11th through the 14th.
Right. Well, for those who don't know, I have a son.
Yeah.
He's 11, and he lives half of his life here in Effingham, and half of his life he lives in Canada.
Okay.
And his mother and stepfather are touring musicians, Fred Eaglesmith and Tiff Ginn, and they were on the road, right? So they were supposed to pick him up on the way home.
Were they in the U.S. or were
they? They were in California or someplace, and then they eventually made it to Florida, but all their gigs were canceled. So they're stuck in Florida, thinking, well, should we go back to Canada? This is late February.
Canada hadn't
stay in Florida.
Canada hadn't shut down their border yet, or
no. But even if they had, they could still get across it because they're Canadian citizens.
Yeah.
So anyway, that was when I realized, I think, that this is
that's when it hit home.
Yeah. I had to deliver my son to them, and they took him to Canada, and knowing that the border was shut down, and I couldn't get across it.
Wow.
So I'm saying goodbye to my kid for how long? I don't know. Usually he's here once a month, or a month at a time.
Yeah.
Off and on.
Well, so it's been a couple of months since you've seen your son.
It's been 2 months. Yeah.
Everybody's taking a hit.
Every day I call him and I read him a chapter of a book.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What's the current book?
The last book, we just finished it, was The Sword of Shannara by Terry Brooks, which was kind of a knockoff of the Lord of the Rings, which I just finished reading him the entire trilogy of the Lord of the Rings. It's a long, heavy
man, oh man, I bet you. It's a good thing you've probably got unlimited on your phone bill. You're watching Big Talk. We'll be back with Bill Passalacqua right after this.
At Wabash Communications, our goal is simple: to keep people connected. And today we are doing just that, better than ever, by delivering the latest technology and personal service only a local provider can offer. We offer services anywhere from fast, reliable internet, TV services, and home monitoring solutions to crystal clear local and long-distance phone service. Wabash continues the commitment we started back in 1952, delivering a great connection to the most important people we know, our customers. So choose Wabash, the local service from people you can trust.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LeMansOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
Hi, my name is Bruce Dickey of Wabash Catch TV's Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Watch us each weekday right here on your local cable station. We're on at 9 a.m. with a repeat at 9 p.m. It's your local TV talk show with plenty of information, fun, and frivolity to get your day started right or maybe even ended right. Please contact me at 665-9970 or at bruced@wabash.net if you are a member of your organization would like to be a guest on the show. That's 665-9970. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Hey, thanks for watching.
In 1949, Morton Buildings constructed our first machine storage building to establish our bond with the farming community. Since then, our relationship has grown, and so have our product offerings. From the smallest specialized operation to the largest agricultural enterprise, we understand the needs of your business and continue to evolve to meet industry demands. Plus, when you build a Morton building, you're backed by the strongest warranty in the business. To learn more about the Morton Advantage, visit mortonbuildings.com.
Get what you want and nothing else when you order a la carte internet from Wabash Communications. Wabash Communications is now able to offer a la carte internet called broadband only with fast download and upload speeds, reliable service, and unlimited data usage. No phone service is required for our broadband only plans. Our broadband only menu includes packages up to 1 gig download. Call us at 665-3311 now to order. Service availability and internet speed will depend on location. Contact us for details.
Hello, folks. Welcome back. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on Wabash Catch TV. We were talking a little bit ago. You were going to play a little music for us today, weren't you?
Yeah, would you like to hear a song?
I would love to hear a song. And because, ladies and gentlemen, Bill Passalacqua is here. And it's kind of Musicians Week here this week on Big Talk with Bruce Dickey as Bill is going to... what are you going to treat us with this? You want to do your new one? Or what
I'd like to do the new one, if that's okay. I'll tell
That'd be great.
A little about it.
Please do.
I live, for those of you who drive through Effingham occasionally, I live right at the railroad crossing that's right in front of the old Village Square Mall.
Scoot that microphone just closer.
Okay. And
5 or 6 inches. There you go. There you go.
I was stuck waiting for a train for the millionth time, and I was kind of pissed off about it, and so I texted my wife that I was waiting on the Forever train.
See, now that's the thing. That's a great name, and it just comes out of nowhere.
Yeah, there's a train that most of the trains come and they come and they cross, and they usually get as a switching yard, so you can sneak by after. Yeah. Not sneak by, but they open the gates and then you can go, and then they come back and they switch again. But there's one train that goes to the Newton Power Plant. Okay, and that's a coal train. Yeah, and it's usually very, very long.
Coal trains are going to be that way,
and they go through town pretty slow. So it could be 45 minutes sometimes to wait on that train.
The Forever train.
So I sat there and I texted my wife, I'm waiting on the Forever train, and then I started thinking about it. I was like, oh, that's a good idea for a song. So then about a week or so later, my good friend Mike McDevitt, his wife Sandy died, and she was just a little older than me, maybe mid-50s or so, and it got me thinking about that song, Forever Train, the idea of it, and I started thinking about it in more of a sort of a Zen way.
Yeah.
Like being present, being where I am, and having to settle down, having to slow down. And this is all about the time that the pandemic hit. Yeah. And we were all sort of stuck with our own thoughts for a while. You know? And I was like, wow, this is a perfect time to write this song. And it wasn't that it was opportunistic. It was just, it gave me something to say about what was happening.
Well, yeah.
And so that's so rare that you have that confluence of a good idea and a good application. And so the song kind of wrote itself.
That's outstanding. Bill Passalacqua, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm parked right here in the middle of the road. My hands grip the wheel. My head's about to explode. No one to talk to, and there's nowhere to complain. I'm just stuck here waiting on this forever train. Where's it going? Where's it been? Is it headed home or rolling out again? And when it finally reaches the end of the line, it'll pull into the station right on time. Radio's busted, my phone is dead. I'm stuck here with me all up in my head. I look in the mirror, I stare into my brain, going nowhere, waiting on this forever train. Where's it going? Where's it been? Is it headed home or rolling out again? When it finally reaches the end of the line, it'll pull into the station right on time. People in front of me, people in back, rocking their heads to that clickety-clack. Separate all together here on Lonesome Lane, counting the cars on that forever train. Where's it going? Where's it been? Is it headed home or rolling out again? And when it finally reaches the end of the line, it'll pull into the station right on time.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bill Passalacqua, that's outstanding.
Thank you.
That's very good. I love the separate together line.
Oh yeah,
separate together, Loneliness Lane, was that?
Separate here together, separate all together here on Lonesome Lane.
Separate together here on Lonesome Lane. That is, you can't put a situation like we're in now. Put that in your head and think about that. That gives you something to think about. That's really good.
Thank you, Bruce. That means a lot to me.
The reason I'm going to ask. You've played tunes on this show a few times, and I do appreciate every time you do. You've written most of the tunes that you play here on this show. What is easier for you? Do you like writing a slow, pretty song, or do you like writing the faster tempo, "Hey for Sale" type of song, or whatever? What pops into your head easiest?
When I started writing music, all the songs were upbeat and raucous and fast, and rowdy.
Yeah. Why?
Because it was easier.
Yeah.
Yeah, and because I wasn't very good at it yet.
Yeah.
I found it hard to write meaningful, slower, thoughtful songs. Not that I wasn't thoughtful; it's just that it's harder work.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah, because people are going to hear every word. And people are not going to be laughing.
They pay more attention to it, don't they?
Yeah.
To the exact. I mean, like I said, they're separate together on Lonely Lane.
I can get away with a silly line in a upbeat raucous song,
right?
That doesn't mean anything. In this song, every word was chosen, and every word will be heard. So I have to be that good, and that frankly, that's just how. I don't write as many songs as I used to, but they're all better than they used to. Does that make sense?
That's a little frustrating, though, I suspect, isn't it? I mean, if they're all better now, wouldn't you think you'd want to write more? I guess you're not going to. If the process to writing a particular song takes a particular amount of time, and it's probably taking longer now anyway.
I give up on a bad song a lot faster now than I used to.
Do you really?
Yeah, I used to write bad songs all the time, and I'd finish them, and then I'd be like, "This is a bad song.
This is garbage. This is crap."
And I didn't feel like I wasted my time or anything. It was just like nowadays, it's just I didn't know yet until I finished the song. Maybe I played it for somebody and they're like, but it's an important aspect of being a songwriter or a writer of any kind. I think, is to be
self-edit,
self-critical, and understanding what other people are hearing when you're doing your thing, because they're not always hearing what you mean for them to hear.
I guess the perception then, the perception can be, like you say, you might be thinking you're telling somebody that for instance, I'm stuck here on this train and I'm in this real zen mood, whereas the person is, turn on the radio or something. The radio doesn't work. You said in the song.
Yeah. Well, and that's also true in real life.
The radio doesn't work. I'll tell you what, we're going to take our final break. I'm here with Bill Passalacqua. We're going to come back. He's been on the road for He was on the road for 20 years, right?
About 20, yeah.
About 20 years. He's going to tell us a couple road stories, maybe. We might play, we kind of promised a John Prine song. We might play a John Prine song.
Sure, I'll play John Prine.
That'd be outstanding.
Yeah.
You're watching Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Bill Passalacqua was here. Back right after this word. Stick around.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Le Mans Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Le Mans always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at lemansonline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
Get what you want and nothing else when you order a la carte internet from Wabash Communications. Wabash Communications is now able to offer a la carte internet called broadband only with fast download and upload speeds, reliable service, and unlimited data usage. No phone service is required for our broadband only plans. Our broadband only menu includes packages up to 1 gig download. Call us at 665-3311 now to order. Service availability and internet speed will depend on location. Contact us for details.
Hi, my name is Bruce Dickey of Wabash Catch TV's Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Watch us each weekday right here on your local cable station. We're on at 9 a.m. with a repeat at 9 p.m. It's your local TV talk show with plenty of information, fun, and frivolity to get your day started right or maybe even ended right. Please contact me at 665-9970 or at bruced@wabash.net if you are a member of your organization would like to be a guest on the show. That's 665-9970. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Hey, thanks for watching.
At Wabash Communications, our goal is simple, to keep people connected. And today we are doing just that, better than ever, by delivering the latest technology and personal service only a local provider can offer. We offer services anywhere from fast, reliable internet, TV services, and home monitoring solutions to crystal clear local and long-distance phone service. Wabash continues the commitment we started back in 1952, delivering a great connection to the most important people we know, our customers. So choose Wabash, the local service from people you can trust.
Looking to build a new hobby building, horse barn, or farm shop? Let Morton Buildings help you design and construct a building that perfectly suits your needs. We'll be there for you every step of the way, even post-construction, with the strongest non-prorated warranty in the industry. Plus, Morton's exclusive Energy Performer insulation system provides the ultimate in comfort and efficiency. To see our latest projects and learn more, please visit mortonbuildings.com.
Hello, folks. Welcome back. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. I forgot to turn the music on. I was so excited. That's Bill Passalacqua. Before I forget, let's tell everybody again where to see you in the afternoons.
Oh, you can see the Split Bill Daily Interview on
Split Bill.
There's two really good places to go, and one is you can subscribe to my YouTube channel.
Right,
it's broadcast every day, and I'm told that the audio is better on the YouTube channel than it is on the Facebook. Yeah, but if you want to watch on Facebook, which most people do, it's the Moccasin Creek Festival Facebook page. Just go to there, and it'll start broadcasting at 3 o'clock every day. And you can go to view the old ones if you want to, too.
And the coolest thing with the YouTube channel is if you're using our Mobi device, it's just easy to switch to YouTube on your screen or on your television, and by golly, just pull it up there. Easy to hear on the television. Just makes
nice.
Beautiful. But yeah, just easy to work with.
You're light years beyond me technologically.
Yeah.
Moby, I think of that as like a singer-songwriter guy.
Well, different Moby. That's the thing.
Moby has an app?
No, it's not that Moby. There are probably people, whenever I mention Moby, they're thinking, what are you doing talking about this big whale?
Right, yeah.
All right, so you were on the road for 20 years.
I was, yeah.
Who were some of the? Give me an interesting character that you run into. Do you run into the same kind of people in every town? Is one place just like the other, or there's some different, unique character folks that you run into that you only maybe see then and never again, or something like that?
Well, definitely, the most interesting characters for me was because I was from the Midwest.
Right.
People people in Canada, especially in the west coast of Canada, can be really interesting. And
even north of Vancouver, or just the Vancouver?
Anywhere from the Rocky Mountains west.
Okay,
is just full of characters. And they could be rodeo
Hurtin'
guys
Albertan, for crying out loud.
Who's that?
The Hurtin' Albertan.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
Core Blunt.
Yeah.
As an example.
Sure.
Anyway, but the west coast of our own country's got some pretty interesting characters too. I met some real interesting people in Santa Cruz, but I would say the most interesting person I met was a hermit that I met in New Zealand.
A hermit.
A hermit. Yeah, it's hard to meet a hermit.
I bet it is.
I was playing a place in Oamaru, New Zealand. It's the very southern part of the South Island. Not the very, but almost the bottom.
That'd be about as far south as you're going to get in the civilized world.
Yeah, there's one town further south, but that's maybe 50 miles away.
Wow.
The place I played there was called the Penguin Room, if that gives you any idea how far south I was. And there were penguins there. So
oh, wow. Let's see.
They showed me some,
some wild penguins.
Yeah. We're on the beach. Anyway, the next day I was at a lunch with the guy who put the show on, and we were joined by this woman named Julie.
Okay.
And Julie brought a 40-year-old bottle of scotch.
Nice.
And she said it was the last one that she had, and she told me that she wanted me to deliver it because she knew I was going to be driving up the coast that day. It was actually the next day that I ended up doing it, but I had to catch a ferry through Marlborough Sound and get to the North Island.
Back to Australia, I guess?
No, to the North Island of New Zealand.
I see. Okay.
So I was headed back up to Auckland to catch my flight home. Anyway, so she sends me on this errand to drop off this bottle of scotch. Well, it turns out, she told me some of the story, but it turns out the guy that I was delivering it to was her friend's father. And she had been living in Christchurch, and they would become friends.
Sure. Yeah.
So she met this guy, and he was a Vietnam veteran, and he had come home from the war. She told me this much, and he was addicted to heroin.
Okay.
And so, but then he eventually got settled in, and he sort of squatted on this Catholic nature preserve, just right on the ocean.
Really?
On the side of a mountain, and just kind of like you'd expect a hermit to be.
Yeah.
So I did. I found it was really complicated trying to find.
How would you find a guy like?
Well, she told me that after I passed this one town, that I was going to come to a shack that sold seafood, and then I should go back 100 yards, and I would see a parking spot across the road, which I did, and then I just started walking up, and I saw a little path that went up the side of this mountain. And it was, just a few minute walk up when I found this cabin, and I walked around the cabin and came back down toward the downside of the hill, and there's this guy, and he's got real long hair, greasy hair, and just a pair of shorts, no shirt, and just no shoes or anything, and he's squatting down over a pot of rice, and he's cooking rice.
Really?
And, yeah, and this is a long story. Is that okay?
Yeah, I got plenty of time.
Okay, so he's cutting vegetables into this pot of rice.
Okay,
he's stir frying it, and he looked at me, and I had this bottle of scotch in my hand, and I said, "Hi, I'm Bill, and a friend of mine, or a friend of yours, asked me to bring you this bottle. Her name is Julie, and she lives in Oamaru." And his eyes kind of lightened up, and so I gave him the scotch, and he pulled it. I said, "Oh wow, this is really nice.
This is nice scotch."
And I said, "Yeah." I said, "She told me that you would appreciate it, and it was her last one, and she wanted you to have it." And he said, "Would you like to have some?" And I said, "Well, yeah, sure." But I said, "But I don't want to interrupt what you're doing." And he said, "Yeah." I said, "I should eat something. I haven't eaten all day, and I should eat something." This is about 5:00 in the afternoon. He said, "Allow me to finish cooking," and he said, anyway, we talked a little bit. I would talk to him, and he would stop talking and stop doing everything and just look at me. And I was like, "No, keep."
When you would speak to him, he would just stop.
Right. So he tells me the story. I'm jumping ahead. I said to him, "Do you know the song Hallelujah?" Because that morning, the guy that I had been staying with left me a copy of it. He wanted me to learn a copy of the song called "No More Waltzing Matilda."
Okay.
So he gave me a blank cassette tape, gave me the album, and wanted me to copy it onto that tape.
Right.
So I did that, and then I went through his record collection, and I put a whole bunch of other songs on the tape, like you do, because it's
made your own mixtape.
Right? So I'm playing it on the way up, and I hear this Jeff Buckley version of the song Hallelujah.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
Which I just fell in love with. I thought, oh my God, this is the most beautiful song I've ever heard. I played it over and over again. So I get up there and I said, have you ever heard the song, or do you know the song Hallelujah by Jeff Buckley? And he corrected me. Leonard Cohen wrote the song,
right?
Which is right. But he looked up at me and he said, "They say there's a secret chord that David played and to please the Lord, but you don't really go for music, do you?" And he recited all 7 verses of the song that Leonard Cohen had originally recorded.
Yeah.
So anyway, I was just like tears rolling down my eyes because this is amazing, right? So he tells me the story about how he had come home from the war and decided he was dropping out. He was addicted to heroin, and so he went back to Asia, and he was trying to get to where they grow the poppies, right? So he was
Afghanistan or something like that.
Well, and the mountains, the Himalayas, there, right? Yeah. So he goes up, and he's very sick because he's addicted, a heroin addict, and he stops at a Buddhist monastery where they tell him that he can't stay there because he's hooked on drugs and they don't allow drugs.
Yeah.
And he said, well, I don't have any drugs. And they said, well, you can stay, but on the condition that when you stay, you have to stay until you're better. So he stays for a few weeks and he gets clean, right? So then they invite him to participate in a training, like a monastic training course. So he becomes a Buddhist monk.
Wow.
Yeah, right. And so then he has to stay for 2 years to pay, like in exchange for this all. He stays for 2 years and serves a community in the Himalayas. And then he comes back, 1976 or something, 77. He comes back and he lives in a cave on this nature preserve, right? And his family used to go to when he was vacationing as a kid. And so I was like, cool.
You got a minute and a half.
Oh, well, anyway. It's way too long of a story to finish, but this character eventually goes to Europe, falls in love with this girl from a distance, like across a room, plays her the song Hallelujah to like in a song circuit in Chailey in Ireland.
Yeah.
Tries to get her attention. And they fall in love. They travel Europe for 3 weeks. He comes home. She eventually comes back, works in the fish place down just 100
down on the shore.
Yeah.
By the road.
The day before their wedding, she walks out of the back of the fish shack and gets hit by a train and dies. So that's the short version of the story. But,
oh my heavens!
And I end up drunk in the cave with an empty bottle of scotch. True.
And this poor old boy telling you his life story.
Yeah.
Wow.
We never did eat.
He never ate the rice.
We drank all the scotch.
Because he was looking at you instead of being able to.
It's her story.
Oh, that's incredible.
Peter Patton. Yep.
That's, ladies and gentlemen, Bill Passalacqua. I love it. You want to play a song? So you can play us out. You got about a minute. Whatever you want to play.
Well, a young man
Thanks for watching,
from
folks.
a small town with a very large imagination lay alone in his room with his radio on, looking for another station. Static from the mouthpiece gave way to the sound below. James Dean went out to Hollywood, put his picture in a picture show. James Dean went out to Hollywood, put his picture in a picture show. So it's, oh, Daddy, get off of your knees, Mama, why'd you have to go? Your darling Jim was out on a limb, but put the picture in a picture show. Whoa, the picture in a picture show.
Oh, yeah.
It's hamburgers, cheeseburgers, Wilbur and Orville Wright, John Garfield in the afternoon, Montgomery Clift at night. But when the static from the mouthpiece gave way to the sound below, James Dean went out to Hollywood, put his picture in a picture show. Whoa, picture in a picture show. So it's, oh, Daddy, get off of your knees, Mama, why'd you have to go?
Thanks for watching, folks.
Was out on a limb, put a picture in a picture show.